It's our second day in Hunan province, and we're enjoying a traditional breakfast at the guest house. Look at her outfit, so beautiful.
This looks like some sort of vegetable.
It's fiddlehead fern.
And I love it, chilies, like in Thailand.
Oh no, garlic chilies.
This is the most unusual breakfast I've had in China so far.
This is supposed to be the birthplace of tea in the whole of China. So I'm excited to try the pu'er tea, because that's one of my favorite teas. It's awfully good for you. It's very cleansing, and it helps to lower cholesterol and helps prevent heart disease, all these good things. Pu'er tea, named after a town in Yunnan, came to prominence when it was drunk by emperors during the Tang dynasty 1300 years ago. Today, it's a global export industry worth millions of pounds. Unlike most teas, which can lose their freshness soon after production, pu'er tea is fermented, which improves the taste, texture, and aroma. The most sought-after pu'er teas can take 30 years to mature, and 1 cup of leaves can reach up to £1,000. After a 2-hour journey, I arrive at the tiny village of Bulang, home to the Bulang minority, who have been growing, tending and harvesting tea for thousands of years. Oh, look, there's some tea being dried in the sun. It's a very underdeveloped part of Yunnan. Wow. Really high up, and this is a gorgeous little village. Bulang is home to 45 families, 80% of whom make a living from selling pu'er tea leaves to processing factories. Xiao Li and Xiao Lu are 2 young tea picker friends. 这是采茶. They started tea picking when they were 11 and 12, so very young. 10多岁. They went to primary school. There's a school in the village, but they left school about 10. And they've been tea picking ever since. We head outside to the plantation so the girls can show me the ropes. China's emerging free market economy and state promotion of tea over the last 10 years resulted in an export boom. Many villages in Yunnan converted their subsistence land into tea terraces. This is just the size of it. It's huge. I've never experienced a tea plantation this big. But an investor buying frenzy led to lots of fake pu'er teas flooding the market. And in 2008, the bubble burst and thousands of tea producers went out of business. They're super fast. It's like a blink and then they've gone through a whole bush. But with their organic production methods and indigenous skills, passed down through the generations, the Bulang were able to brand the authenticity of their pu'er tea and ride out the collapse. So this is the best part. This is the part that they pick off the leaves of the tea. So first the tender, shoot that's coming out, and the top 2 leaves. That's the most prized bit, and it's because it has more tea fragrance as opposed to sort of the older leaves. And I've never cooked with these pu'er green tea leaves before, so I'm really excited. It's very tender. Slightly bitter, but it's good for you. Because actually, with tea, in traditional Chinese medicine, they say that you must have tea in your diet because there's that bitterness that we lack. You can get salt, sweet, sour, fiery, pungent flavors from many different vegetables and fruit, but you can't get bitterness, that flavor profile, but you can get it from tea. After a couple of hours, we're heading back to prepare dinner with the leaves we've picked. I think the grandmother is the culinary expert. She's looking at me out of the corner of her eye. Even though I've been cooking for years, it's always a little nerve-wracking entering another woman's kitchen. 小一点，大一点。 No, she was saying that normally they cut the chicken into smaller pieces, but I haven't cut it small enough. For dinner, I'm making chicken infused with pu'er tea leaves. First, I'm adding freshly picked leaves and chicken to the hot oil in the wok. I love it. It's really woody and smoky from the wood fire underneath. After stir-frying for about 4 minutes, I add a cup of pu'er tea made from sun-dried leaves. Okay, so I'm just going to pour the tea in together with some of those leaves. Now I'm going to just slowly let the chicken infuse with the flavours of the tea. Here's a quick taste of the seasoning. You know, that the infusion, that soup base has now become really sort of bittersweet, you know, from the chicken. It's really delicious, actually. I quite like the idea of putting some of these pea aubergine in, just a handful. What I might do is just add another element of sweetness, and that is from the leaves of the local pumpkin plant here. So I'm just going to toss that with the pumpkin leaves. Now it just remains to be seen what Grandma makes of my efforts. How much? Yeah, she said 味道还好. She said, yeah, the flavor is good, not bad.